Lucy.
Yeah.
Honey, do I know you? Did we meet before?
Please.
Was it tonight at the wedding?
Who is he to you?
How did you get here?
This is Buzz. This is Frank Sr. Frank Cooper Sr. He's my husband.
Senior?
Well, everybody calls him Buzz. Why? What do you want to know?
Husband.
Well, ex-husband, if you want to be technical about it.
What are you doing here?
I came for my money, that's all.
The photograph. You're Buzz's old army buddy's daughter.
Well, gee, I wish someone would have mentioned that to me earlier. Being as Buzz as the man I've called Daddy all my life.
Buzz?
Daddy.
Wow.
Buzz.
Daddy.
Wow. Like, what a night. Wow.
Yeah, you've really been busy, haven't you? I mean, I really do gotta hand it to you. I figured you'd have a hard enough time finding a date. No one's getting married and divorced.
Excuse me, miss, but I think I'd know if my own husband had gotten married.
What are you talking about?
Unless you think that wedding outside was Buzz's, and it certainly wasn't.
What is she talking about?
Well, in a way, though, it was. I mean, if you really think about it, Buzz planned the whole thing. And it was the sweetest flavor of love, the greatest gift that a man could give his daughter.
That girl, she was your daughter?
Our baby.
No, she was no baby. She was
I think we should go for a ride.
No, the way I figure, I've already been taken for a ride. Now, all I want is my money. Just give it to me.
That is the most ungrateful thing I think I have ever heard after everything he has ever done for you.
To me, you mean?
That was Buzz's money. Now, he has more than done his duty to you. You look like a full-grown woman to me, a woman who is able to hold down a job.
Lady, just can it, will you? Let me negotiate this with this man of 1,000 faces
Maybe
here.
we have to talk.
Yeah, we have to talk. You know, this is a cute little setup you've got going here. I hope I'm not blowing it for you, am I?
Lucy, I'm glad to see you.
This is a good, gutsy scam you've got. I mean, adding senior tacked onto your real name. Where did you get that from? And, where did you get that face from?
A very expensive doctor. I'll explain it in the car.
Yeah, well, I can hardly wait. But why don't you just write it down and mail it to me, okay? In the meantime, just give me my money.
You are the most disrespectful young woman I have ever seen. Now, who was it that said ingratitude is sharper than a serpent's tooth?
Mick Jagger.
This is the most wonderful, kind, generous man in the whole world. Now, he took you under his wing for an old war buddy when your family was in need, and now it's time, honey, for you to let him go.
Does this woman ever make sense?
His first obligation is to his own family now.
I'll explain this in the car.
His family, huh? What the heck do you think I am?
Well, you might call him Daddy, but I think you know that he's not really your father.
I am.
You are what?
Lucy is my daughter.
Oh, my.
It's
Me
not...
and my big mouth. Oh, I am sorry. You adopted her and you didn't tell her.
No, that's not the way it was.
No?
That story about my old war buddy, that's not true. Not quite.
I'm sorry, Alan Michael, but I don't want this to get out of hand. I'm sure you'll get over it.
I wouldn't be so sure. Need some help?
No, Roger, thanks.
See, our boy here is very bad at taking no for an answer.
I can handle this, Roger.
Don't be so sure. He's liable to get even more persistent for reasons having absolutely nothing to do with your unquestionable charms. Get lost, Roger. And not until I clarify a few things for Jilly. See, what's really happening here, Jilly? The reason this man appears to be hitting on you, well, why don't I let him tell you himself?
So what you're saying is that girl in the wedding dress, she's related to me?
Lucy.
Daddy, is that what you're saying?
I was born in Springfield. I grew up here. And I left under not the best circumstances. I never expected to come back or be welcomed when I did.
But you were.
The point is, the point should be that there was no point in telling you.
All right, no point.
All it would have done was make you worry that I was going to run out on you whenever I got the notion. I was all you had.
Yeah.
That and I was afraid you'd think ill of me, which I know sounds cowardly. Hell, it is cowardly, but that is the way it was.
Oh, great. So you stuck with me because you felt sorry for me. Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
No. What? You were all I needed, so that was all I had. All that stuff that you used to feed me about. You and me, kid against the world. All of that.
It was you and me. I meant that. But you took off 3 years ago with what's-his-name.
Oh, so that's all my
Would you let me explain? After you left, I bounced around. Then I came here.
Oh, and then it was you and her and him and her and heaven knows who else. And
I never stopped worrying about you. I never stopped thinking about you. All I wanted to do was have a chance to square it with everybody.
Yeah, but you didn't.
What was I supposed to? Was I supposed to spill my guts to Gomez, the banker?
Yeah, that's what you're doing here, huh? Spilling your guts.
Baby, I'll do anything for you. Anything you want.
Where have I heard that before? I have heard that before, and I don't think I can stand to hear it again.
Well, all I want is my $7,000, and then I'll hit the road.
Oh.
It's been spent.
It's what?
Your $7,000. It has been spent on the wedding and the honeymoon. Buzz spent it on his other daughter.
Okay, well, the honeymooners are off.
And we wonder what they're doing.
What's going on here? Mama? Hey, what's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Nothing major. It just seems that this young woman is Buzz's other daughter. What?
What?
That's all.
Look, and it's a bummer to hear it this way, but if we all sit down, stay. Lucy, hold on, let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You had another kid that you abandoned? No, she abandoned me, Frank. And if I don't find her, I may never see her again.
Look, this really doesn't bear discussion. Alan Michael knows how I feel now, and that's the end of that.
I don't think so. No, I think Alan Michael has designs on all my employees, not just the ones at WSPR.
You're wrong, Roger. Spaulding's not the center of my life anymore.
It isn't.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm quite happy with where I'm at.
You think you're peerlessly smooth, don't you? But to me, you're utterly transparent.
What am I transparent about?
See, I have been and I will continue to be always at least one step ahead of you, Alan Michael, and you know why? Because you're a loser. You're a loser I can take down anytime I'm of a mind. Now, you keep that in mind before you try to take me on again.
Well, here's a thought for you, Roger. This loser brought you down once before, and I'll do it again. And this time, there's not going to be anybody there to pick you up. So you won't be coming back.
Thanks for the confirmation. Good. Among your many failings is the tendency you have to tip your hand way too early, as you just did with Jilly. That's why you're a loser. So you do your best, you do your worst, whatever. But this time it's going to hurt. There's going to be blood. And you're not going to have big, bad aunties standing by with bandages this time, sonny boy.
We'll see who needs bandages. Night, Jilly. Oh, great. Terrific. What did they get this time?
Don't worry, it's cool. I've been watching it for you.
Just what I need.
Well, it's better than getting ripped off.
Marginally. Now, look. I'm going to ask you this one question, one time only, and I expect a legitimate, if not completely honest answer. What are you doing here?
Why do you have a car alarm you don't use?
That's not even illegitimate.
Well, anybody could have gotten in this sunroof.
See? Anybody can do whatever anybody wants. That's the problem with the world today.
Oh, that's deep. Yes, very, very.
Are you drunk? Huh? I mean, are you even old enough to get drunk?
No, to the first, and why do you care to the second?
Believe me, I have no idea why.
Oh, you want me to tell you what?
No!
Actually, I think you ought to be grateful.
Actually, that's true, but I'm not. I'm actually very tired.
And I've had a very long and lousy night, and I'd rather not sit here and have a long and lousy chat with you.
Well, you know that diner on 5th Street?
Look, all the restaurants are closed, okay? It's closed. But, if you hurry, you can go down to Maine. There's an all-night drive-through burger place over there.
Walk on down to a drive-through. Now, that doesn't make sense, does it?
How about we make sense of this? Good night.
Do you know the people who run the diner?
Yeah, they used to be my in-laws.
You're kidding.
No, I never cared about in-laws.
You mean you used to be married to the girl that was in the wedding dress today?
Right.
Or is there another one?
This is what comes of being a good Samaritan, I swear. I'll never do another good deed as long as I live, Scout's honor.
But did you know the girl's father?
No, not very well, thank God.
Well, why not?
I don't know. I haven't known him that long.
Well, how long?
He went away, and then he came back, okay?
Okay, he went away, and then he came back.
Look, any other information you want on the good folk of Springfield can be easily obtained by going to the public library, okay? Now, thank you very much. Good night, and good luck.
Okay. Just one last question.
No.
My name is Lucy, and I need a place to stay. I've got no money, I've got no place to go, and I wouldn't know how to get there even if I did.
No. You're on your own, kid, okay? I'll be happy to take you to the nearest train station or bus station and leave you there, but after that, it's the parting of the ways.
Well, how big is your place anyway?
Small. It's very, very small, and I just moved in there to get a little bit of privacy. Why am I even talking to you about this? Huh? Why don't I just call a cop? How about that? Who are you that I should be this nice to you?
I'm a Cooper. I'm Buzz Cooper's other daughter. The other one that no one's ever even heard of before. And if you let me off on this corner here, I'm just gonna fall asleep. Because I've got this very strong feeling that I'm just gonna go off by myself, fall asleep, and never wake up. And no one's ever gonna know.
Hell, Lucy. What the? What are you, a cat burglar? I thought I let you sleep in my car.
Yeah, well, you try scrunching up in the back seat of a car.
How am I the lucky one that you get to mooch off of?
Because you know my father. Now, come on, I want you to tell me everything that you know about him.
Why don't you make yourself at home?
You call this tugboat a home? Why don't you just sell that fancy car of yours and buy yourself a decent place?
Because I just moved in here, and actually, I kind of like it. At least until my luck turns.
Well, I guess everyone needs a dream.
Yeah, well, what I need right now is some privacy, Lucy. Look, I got a job to get to, so anytime you're ready to move on...
Look, I've got a lot I gotta know about myself, too, okay? So why don't you just spill your guts, and then I'll get out of here as soon as I can.
Look, I told you before, I haven't had that much contact with the guy.
You were married to that girl who was supposed to be his daughter. You must know something. I'm not gonna let you off that easy. Come on, you can tell me everything you know about him before the coffee even drips. Then we can go out doing our own thing.
Okay, all right. But don't expect any kind of great revelations, because I haven't been in the Cooper inner circle for a very long time.
Well, why did you and that Harley girl split up?
It just didn't work out. But we've managed to remain friends.
Well, did she ever say anything about her old man?
Harley said that he died in Vietnam, but this winter she found out that wasn't true. Buzz Cooper shows up in Springfield. He lies about who he is, which upset the family pretty badly. I mean, Harley thought that her father was...
Don't call him that.
What?
Her father.
Well, why not? That's what he is. Although apparently they're as shocked about you as you are about them. Lucy, look. Put yourself in their position just for a second, okay? The guy shows up 2 decades after they think that he's dead, And just when they get settled in and he throws this big celebratory wedding for his daughter, you show up completely out of nowhere.
Me out of nowhere. No, he's my father, not theirs. I mean, who was around him when he drank too much? Who did he always take along on all his business deals? Who did he teach card tricks to in the back of his old pickup truck?
Lucy, you cannot deny their existence. Why don't you go talk to them?
You know, every September we would always be a little bit low on money. And so he would go and he'd get some, job, washing cars or dishes or picking beans and it was just so he could buy me clothes. That makes his life with me the real one. Not just some sideswipe down memory lane. That's their problem, not mine. I'm gonna be sick.
Do not move.
I'm not on your life.
I got something for that stomach of yours.
Yeah, well, if it's not a total replacement, don't bother.
Don't worry.
Gosh, I guess this isn't much of a way to repay you. Even if you did just let me sleep on your floor.
Mm-hmm. Here you go. Take that.
Thanks. I know you may find this hard to believe, but I usually am a whole lot more fun than this.
Look, you got seasick. You're just not good with boats. Here, put that on your head.
Thanks. You're pretty good at this.
Lucy, how did you know your father was in Springfield?
Oh, he started this account for me when I was 17. And a couple years ago, he had this big blowout because of this guy I was dating. And he had these pale green eyes. I've never seen anything like it. It was like you could see right through to his brain. Anyway, all it turned out you could see was this old snake pit. Our relationship lasted 6 months, but my daddy and I kept the feud on for almost 3 years.
How come?
Put a Cooper and a mule in a feud together, I guarantee you the mule's the one that's gonna come out smiling and saying they're sorry. Put 2 Coopers together and,
well, truer words were never spoken.
Well, my daddy kept putting the money in just the same. It's sort of how I knew that, he was keeping up his end of the deal to take care of me. But then last week, I found out that he's completely wiped out my trust fund.
Trust fund?
Yeah, he totally swiped me out of $7,000. Can you believe that?
I know what it's like to lose a trust fund. I feel like the rug's been pulled out from underneath you.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, not that I couldn't take care of myself or anything, but I just had to find out for myself. I guess I've been the curious type.
You know what they say about curiosity?
Yes, I do. Especially when it comes to my father.
What?
Oh. Well, gosh, there was this time when I was about 10. And we were still kind of down on our luck at that point. And we were living at this old flop house. And we were doing this thing my daddy called public relations. And, we would just wear these sandwich boards downtown to advertise the place. But every afternoon, my father would just disappear for a couple hours. And so I decided to follow him one day. Now there I'd see him, he was down by the farmers, and he was just taking stuff and sticking it into his duffel bag. Corn, potatoes, tomatoes, all sorts of stuff, but just a little bit so nobody would notice. That was what I found out he meant by having a connection with the farmer's market and how come we could eat vegetables when we didn't even have enough money for bus fare. It was strange, though, I didn't even know how to act to it. It was like part of me was so angry at him, and then the other part of me just wanted to cry. So I just ran after him and started screaming at the top of my head. And the farmer that was on the side there heard me and came running right after us with his shotgun, and, oh, brother, all buckshot broke loose. Well, curiosity, it can be deadly.
How old are you, anyway?
21. Well, almost.
Look, I don't know you from Adam, but you seem like the kind of person that can land on their feet, you know, rug or no rug. I think you can take care of yourself pretty well. I wouldn't rely on Buzz Cooper.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me something about my father?
No. I'm just saying that I've learned in life that if you need something, you're going to have to go out there and
Michael,
get
we
it.
need to talk.
I'm Lucy.
Hi. Alan Michael, I didn't know you had company.
Yeah. Lucy, this is the journal. Classifieds are on page 17. Good luck.
Swell, so now you just kick me out to pound pavement.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I sure hope Buzz will take a shirt button, because that's all I've got in my pocket.
Take this, okay?
I didn't do anything for this. It's just a loan. Interest-free.
Yeah, fine.
Well, thanks for the floor, poop deck, or whatever it is you call it.
Yeah, right. Good. Tell me how you make out.
Well, you can count on it.
Sure.
Alan Michael Spaulding, publisher. Well.
Fast work, Alan Michael. Who is she?
She's just a shipwreck in the middle of the night. Don't worry about her. She doesn't concern herself with anybody that we know. Never mind about that. What did Roger say when he almost caught us last night?
Look, we've got trouble. Roger is battening down the hatches over at WSBR. He's changing the locks on his office, and nobody is supposed to have access except him.
Well, that's no surprise.
Oh, yes, but he was even nervous having Jenna around. She asked for a set of keys to be made for her, and you should have seen him squirm.
Well, now, that surprises even me. I thought that the honeymoon would have lasted a little longer than this. Thought they were so much in love.
Oh, no, I think they are, to the best of their ability. They just haven't figured out how to start.
Yeah. Although, her not trusting him completely does present a problem for us.
Right. If she's around, that increases the possibility of getting caught.
How much does he confide in her about his dealings at WSPR?
Basically, not at all. From what I gather, Mrs. Thorpe wants more influence, and Mr. Thorpe is resisting her every step of the way.
Then I wouldn't put it past Jenna to do some snooping of her own down there.
Oh, well, that's just gonna be great. Jenna, with her experience as a jewel thief, she'll be a pro at ferreting out information from Roger's files, and then that'll be compared to me, a bumbling amateur. Great.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, about her ferreting out information. Although it might not be that bad. See, if Roger's so worried about Jenna's fingers being in the pie at WSPR, maybe then he won't worry so much about anybody else.
And he might even enlist me to help keep her at arm's distance.
Oh, there's an idea.
I tell you, those two are so suspicious of everything and everybody that the place is just alive with nerves.
Yeah, you're pretty alive with nerves yourself, Joey. Look, do you have any... Does he have any reason to suspect you at all?
No.
Uh-oh.
You think I'm overreacting?
Just a little bit. Look, Jilly, as long as he has nothing on you, Roger's just gonna keep using his customary soft pedal style to keep you in line.
Well, I still wish that girl hadn't seen me in here.
Lucy? Jilly, she's new in town. She doesn't know anybody. And the chances of her getting mixed up with Roger or Jenna are completely out of the question.
This is such a red-hot job, then how come they're only paying minimum wage?
Well, it says opportunities for advancement.
No kidding. There's nowhere else to go but up.
Alan Michael seems a little preoccupied since he got back from that mysterious trip.
Well, he's just trying to find a way to pry away Spaulding from Roger and Jenna.
Yeah. Well, Roger is not here.
I think I can see that. I just left him at WSPR. Actually, I'm here to place an ad.
Well, we're kind of busy right now, Jenna. But you can talk to Stu right over there.
Thank you.
Okay, 555-6780. My cousin might answer it.
Excuse me, I'd like to place an ad. Sure. Thank you. I'm looking for a personal assistant. They need to be young, bright, intelligent, have some television experience, and above all, be extremely loyal.
How much are you paying?
I think we'll start out with $20,000 a year.
I'll take it.
I think you would be a little too young. No, thank you.
No, wait a minute here. I may be young in age, but I've got a lifetime of experience in this head over here. I mean, I can type 90 words a minute. I've got a great phone voice. I can do Boston or New York or like L.A. I can even be as classy as you are. Good morning, may I help you? Hey, I can even fix your car.
I have someone who already does that. What's your name?
Lucy Cooper.
Cooper?
Look, I really need this job. I mean, my trust fund was swiped, and I'm just wiped dry. And if I sleep on somebody else's floor, I'll have sciatica for the rest of my life.
How old are you, Lucy?
I'm 21.
Really?
Well, almost.
How long have you lived in Springfield?
Well, not very long. Don't worry about me adjusting. I'll fit in just fine. I used to read road maps like kids used to read comic books. I'll know this place in a flash.
So where can I reach you then?
What?
Because I'm going to offer you a job.
Great. Wow, you think dogs are loyal? They've got nothing on me.
So where shall I find your kennel then, Lucy?
I'm actually sort of in between places, so I'll have to call you.
As I thought. Here's my card, my number. I expect to hear from you tomorrow.
Jenna.
Hello,
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just looking around. I think I got the better half of our deal. I do so love living in your family's house.
You see? Oh, my gosh. Oh, pinch me, please, to make sure this isn't a dream. You're never going to believe what happened. Oh, yes, I got a job.
What? Why is it every time I turn around you're staring me in the face?
Oh, chill, darling. I was just taking your boring little advice, and what do you know? I got myself a dream job.
Well, I'm gonna call.
All right.
Why?
Well, you sure don't waste any time, do you? How'd you get this job so quick anyway?
Well, in case you haven't noticed, I can talk my way into just about anything.
No.
And I pitched my little heart out, and Miss Fancy Pants hired me on the spot.
You got a job with Jenna Bradshaw?
Not quite. Jenna Bradshaw Thorpe.
You didn't.
It was magic. She loved me.
Jenna Bradshaw?
The card she gave me says Jenna Bradshaw Thorpe. How come you keep leaving off the Thorpe?
Well, it slips my mind. She's only been married a few weeks.
Well, what was her husband like? I mean, is he a nice guy? What? This is so funny.
Oh, nothing. It's just, if they still had public executions, I think Rogers would be on closed circuit to accommodate all the fans that couldn't fit into the stadium.
Now, why would a woman like her marry somebody like that?
Well, Lucy, you might just get a chance to see that firsthand. Although, I gotta say, this is quite a coup for you. Congratulations. So, what are you gonna be doing for Jenna Bradshaw Thorpe?
Well, I think I'll... Why?
Just curious.
Curious? Or do you think there might be something in it for you?
Jenna! There's nothing in it for me. I'm just happy to see that everything finally worked out for you, and I'd like to think that I had something to do with that.
Like what? It's not like you exactly introduced me to her or anything.
No, I just loaned you money and gave you a roof over your head for the night so you didn't have to sleep in Roosevelt Park.
Didn't I say thank you for that already?
I don't know. Did you?
Anyway, there's still something that I don't understand.
What?
Where's that card? When she hired me, she asked for somebody with TV experience. Why would she say that?
Well, among other things, Jenna owns half of WSPR, the local television station.
And she's CEO of Spalding Enterprises? Wait, is this the same Spalding Enterprises that's in the Wall Street Journal?
You read the Wall Street Journal.
Since I was 16. Thank you very much. I didn't want to appear naive to the kind of man that I like to hang out with.
Oh, I see. Well, you'll be happy to know that this is indeed the same Spaulding Enterprises that you are used to reading about.
It's impossible. I mean, that is a humongous business. They've got branches all over the world. Milan, Paris, London. You trying to make me believe that they would set up shop in this stinky little town?
Well, my grandfather thought it was kind of charming that the head office was so far off the beaten path.
You're who?
You so busy reading the Wall Street Journal to figure out that my name is not Alan Michael Smith?
No, I know it's Spaulding. I saw it on the masthead of the newspaper. I just didn't think... Wait a minute here. What are you, rebelling? Are you thumbing your nose at family tradition?
Hardly.
Then why are you running a newspaper when that Jenna is running a worldwide conglomerate with your name on it?
Because 3 months ago, your new boss, Jenna Bradshaw, stole Spaulding Enterprises from its rightful owners.
Damn. She must be good.
She had help. I didn't realize grand larceny was such a draw to you.
Just giving credit where credit's due. I mean, my daddy always used to say, a great scam demands more than everyday brains. It requires genius.
Oh, that's one way of looking at it.
Hey, a woman could learn a lot from someone like that.
Yeah, a woman can also learn to profit in other ways, too.
Hey, I've got rules. And one of them is don't bite off the hand that feeds you.
Good policy.
Are you gonna finish all them?
Help yourself.